So I'm in the Kelham Island area of Sheffield. This is as close as you can get to old Sheffield nowadays. They've sort of blended the old with the new, which I like, but my big concern is what I've been hearing about is low traffic zones. And my concern about it is that low traffic zones then lead to the 15-minute smart city, which is nothing more than a digital prison. We've got Kelham Island Museum here. It's well worth a trip around to see how people used to live in Sheffield, and the sort of lifespan of somebody back in the 19th century would have been something around 30 years. They look like old men. I mean, I'm actually 58 now, and some of these people, they looked at 30-year-old looked like my granddad or my great-granddad, not somebody actually younger. You can see, I think that's the Bessemer furnace up there, Bessemer converter furnace. What I've come down to show you is this low traffic zone, and I think it started to appear in the middle of, or at the start of lockdown, and I think what they've done is I think they've used emergency laws to bring it in. So it means that people end up having to drive twice as far as where they're going. Fat Cat pub. There you can see low traffic zones. Wonder where they got the permission from to do this. Where was the public consultation? But once they start putting these low traffic areas in, like I said, they start creating 15-minute city. Just a digital prison, just another way of getting money out of you. Kelham Island Tavern here. It's funny, the last time I videoed this was during lockdown. It was a really cold day, and it's another really cold day again today. But I feel that Sheffield folk have been driven out of our own city, and we're getting the university types coming in every year and pushing us out. I do like the wall art round here though, on the walls. Like I said, this is as close as you'll find to old Sheffield blended in with modern buildings. But I think people's probably going to get a shock in the future, because I think once they bring in these low traffic zones, what they'll probably do is bring it in even more. It's just like the thin end of a wedge. At the moment they're talking about the clear out zone in Sheffield, and they'll be charging commercial vehicles to use in a ring road from the 27th of February. And once they've got that going, I believe that they'll then start to charge private cars. like I said, it's the thin end of the wedge. They do it all covertly when you're not looking. And the lockdown's been done to drive a lot of these changes through. The emergency laws have been used to push low traffic zones on us, block roads off, all up Pinston Street and Leopold Street. That was all blocked off with concrete blocks. I think some of it prior to that was done under the guise of terrorism, but it seemed to accelerate during. The start of lockdown. But you can see it's like woke central round here. University types. Beautiful building here. Green Lane Works. These were well-renowned names in the past in Sheffield, and it's sad that we're no longer manufacturing in Sheffield not quality items like this anymore. I contacted Richardson's a long time ago, I think it was back 2005, and I was selling a, you won't believe it, carbon management, which I don't believe in now, not CO2 warming anymore. And I found out Richardson manufactured all their knives abroad. They're ruining Sheffield, aren't they? Just stopped to talk to somebody there. Certainly find no working class people around here unless they're actually working on the buildings. I don't know if this is another permanent road closure or not, but like I said, these would have been all household names. Sheffield I prefer to the modern day city. You've got the smells and noises, because you can't really run a city on service industry alone. Where there's money. So I don't know what this was originally. So it says Don Brewery, Smith and Company wine, spirits and cigar stores. Globe Works just there. The problem is with these low traffic zones, people have to drive further. It also slows the rate of the traffic down, which increases the actual amount of emissions. So they actually do always the reverse of what they're saying. They give it as good intentions, but they use either well thought, badly thought out plans, or they have an agenda. So as you can see, more low traffic zones. So if you're coming from the other side, you have to drive all the way through. Another Sheffield name, Alfred Beckett and Sons. I'm sure when I came at the start lockdown there weren't all this stuff actually in the road, so the block off gets bigger. Once they block the road off, they then start adding more stuff in between. Like I say, all the cars now, if they want to coming in from the other side, they'll have to go all the way around. I can't imagine much going off here other than people living around here now. I'll just whizzle back round and just tell you. So there's your low traffic zone. Which will get bigger and bigger as they get away with it. On the 4th of February we'll be out in Sheffield city centre, 12 o'clock at Pinston Street, march around the city centre, and then we'll get ourselves on the actual inner ring road for the Midland station, and we'll do a yellow ball protest to raise the profile about the commercial vehicle charges on the inner ring road from the 27th of February, £10 and £50 a day, sorry. And like I said, I believe that's just the thin end of the wedge. Once we've got that in, they'll start charging private vehicles or normal cars. I mean, in Oxford during February, what they're actually doing is they're going to actually split the town into zones, and if you leave your zone for more than 100 times in a year in your car, that's in a private car, they're going to actually charge you for that. So if we don't fight this now, they'll just carry on covertly adding more and more in, claiming it's for our benefit, but it's not. There's a wider plan that they can see that we can't see. So that's just a quick tour around Kelham Island. You've seen the industrial side, we've also seen the low traffic zone, which I think we should be fighting against. We just shouldn't be allowing any of this.